And we are live. What if I told you that the weight that you are putting on or hanging on to isn't physical weight, it's psychic weight? So today we're going to dive into releasing weight, reawakening pleasure, and setting our feminine body free. Let me know if you are watching live or if you're watching the replay. And I'm actually going to start by sharing my own journey of earning and learning what I'm about to share with you guys today. Let me know if, yeah, you can see me and hear me. Okay, good. So, as many of you guys know, or some of you guys may not know, if you're new here, also let me, I, um, I think I just lost my microphone. Maybe it's fine. I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, which is an autoimmune disease, in 2012 when I moved to Houston, Texas. And I had symptoms for more than a decade before that, but I finally got diagnosed. And I started diving into the world of nutrition and autoimmune disease and really changing my lifestyle, which then led me to not only get rid of my symptoms 100%, but led me down this spiritual path of figuring out why do people have autoimmune diseases in the first place, how diseases are caused. And I had this huge like spiritual awareness around diet and lifestyle and emotions and things like that. And so I started eating a very particular way to make sure that I didn't have these symptoms because, when I got diagnosed with RA, it had only been about 18 months since I had lost my mom to cancer. So I was still like in that fear that I obviously, I had young kids. I hadn't even had Alina at this time. And so I had this fear of not being around for them. And I really started to take control of my lifestyle and my diet and my nutrition. And then that led to the whole spiritual awakening thing. Well, when I moved into this house in 2022, after that, not immediately, but soon after that, I started struggling with the diet that I was eating. And I kept saying to myself, it's because I'm traveling more. It's because we now have like the best lifestyle, like so many amazing restaurants, friends to do things with. And so I was started making excuses. And even though I was eating the same way I was eating before, it wasn't registering in my body the same way. I felt good, but it was like I was like, there's something there where the diet and lifestyle is not hitting the same that it used to before that. And then after that, I think this year I started making the excuse, well, I'm gonna turn 45 next month. Maybe it's perimenopause. Maybe that's why I'm putting on those extra few pounds. And then I had this moment where I remember just like calling out to God and saying, huh, could there be something else going on here? And how this whole thing happened was I was having a conversation with one of my friends who's really psychic. And we were talking about how all of the people that we know that are psychic, other than just one, they're all overweight. And I remember saying to her, well, yeah, it's psychic weight. And we had this whole conversation around, and I've always known this, that it's like from the visibility wound, when you're really afraid of being seen, especially if you have like the persecution wound that you're talking about things that other people might find triggering or woo-woo, you tend to put on what's known as like psychic weight to protect yourself. You add this layer of protection. And as I was having this conversation with her, I swear I had this huge aha because when I moved into this house, this is a different number house. Our previous house was a 9 house, and I had a very different frequency in this house. When I moved into this house, my frequency shifted because this is a 6 house. And I started coming more and more into my God spark, my psychic abilities. I started being seen and known on a way bigger platform. I launched my Lady Balls book from this house. It was from this house that we can't, even to this day, my family and I cannot leave the house without being recognized at least once. Like, we cannot ever leave the house. And so I started becoming more and more visible in such a more massive way. And then I also started hanging on to psychic weight, but I didn't see it. I thought, oh, it's maybe because I'm eating out more, maybe because I'm traveling more, but we used to do all those things before. So I remember having this conversation with God, and I'm like, could it be psychic weight? Like, am I protecting myself? And what was revealed to me was so like life-changing, but it was always underneath my nose this whole time. And so I started implementing everything that I know from all of my studies, all of my certifications, like everything that my trauma-informed work, everything that I know about the body and how the soul is tethered to the body and how the soul impacts the body, like all of that. And I started immediately putting into like little things into place. And what happened after that literally cannot be put into words. Not only did I start releasing weight with effortless grace while actually eating even more things than I was like allowing myself to eat, but also the opportunities that opened up. Oh my gosh, like the wealth that opened up, the celebrity client opportunities that opened up, the experience of being able to channel more deeply and aligning with other people that are creatives. And like, I cannot even put into words the things that started happening. Like, I had this red carpet opportunity with some of my celebrity clients, which led to them introducing me to other potential clients. Seriously, like I have no words to even explain to you everything that has unlocked, which I'm about to share with you. So, this past week, as you guys know, my husband and I celebrated our 17th wedding anniversary. And so my husband had planned this luxury resort vacation for us. And when we were going, I'm like, okay, this is like the ultimate test because when I go to travel, like I've always had kind of a love-hate relationship with travel, especially because I'm a projector. I come back bloated. There's certain things that no matter how clean I eat would happen in my body. So I'm like, okay, God is truly testing me with this vacation, with this luxury trip. Let's see how I do. And so I go on this trip and oh my God, like I am sitting on the beach, like the ocean is there. My kids are like playing on the sand. They're building their sand castles. My phone is literally going off with sale after sale. Now, you guys know that I'm not new to receiving passive sales because obviously I have 15 years of content on YouTube that sells on my behalf. So it wasn't just sales coming in, it was the number and the rapid speed that they were coming at. And how I was feeling inside of that experience, the way my husband was showing up, the way my kids were showing up, the way that I was inside of that experience. I've got my celebrity clients texting me the way that I feel in my body, the things that I'm allowing myself to eat, and still dropping weight, releasing weight like it's like, I love you so much and I release you now. And this is the first time in my entire life that I came back from a trip with zero extra weight, zero bloat, zero like, okay, I just have to detox. I just have to release these extra bloat, this extra weight. And my just experience and like knowing that I am meant to teach this work as the next level of my embodiment and my work has just like 10x. So I want to share with you um, three secrets that I have learned throughout this journey and that I really want to highlight here. Let me see what you guys are saying. Thanks to this caption, I'm on my way to the gym. Hi, Mina, I'm watching live. Can I just ask, what do you, no, we're gonna stick to the topic. We're not, the way the YouTube algorithm now works I'm going to be even more strict with sticking to that topic. I'm going to ignore any questions that are other than that. So we can keep on track. Secret number one. What if it's not what you're eating, it's who you are being when you're eating? Let me repeat that because this is really important and I want it to sink in for you. It's not what you are eating, it's who you are being when you are eating it. And what I've learned is because of my autoimmune disease, which I'm so grateful for because it really changed my life as far as how I eat and how I move and my whole spiritual awakening that I've had. But because of it, I started eating a certain way. I started using human evolution, which is something I always fall back on, and like the physics of the human plane to eat certain kind of foods, which completely like got rid of all of my symptoms. In fact, my symptoms went away pretty quickly. And 5 years later, when I had reports done, it showed that I had zero, like zero signs of having any autoimmune disease. So I was so excited about that. But what I didn't realize, and this is the next level of my training, I've been talking about releasing weight and releasing spiritual weight for about 3 years on my YouTube channel now. But here's the next bit. What I didn't realize is that when I moved into this house and my psychic gifts and my psychic abilities like started 10xing and I started becoming more and more visible, me eating still with the identity of I gotta be careful with food, I can't have my RA symptoms come back, were actually not putting my body in a relaxed state. It wasn't creating ease in my body. And so what was happening is I was depleting myself of spiritual nutrients, even though I was eating the right foods. The same foods that got rid of all of my symptoms, dropped all the weight, like, all of those things. Like I have a toned, fit body, like because of the way that I eat. But who I was being when I was eating it, when you add on my spiritual gifts, I wasn't receiving all of my spiritual nutrients because of who I was being. So when we are depleting ourselves of pleasure and we're depleting ourselves of spiritual nutrients, the body starts craving more without ever being satisfied. And it also won't release the weight. Another thing that I've learned throughout my own journey is there's two times when people have trouble releasing weight. One is, we all know this one, right? When our we're going into like cortisol loops, so when we're not relaxed, when we maybe have stress going on, all of this is what I call like spiritual metabolism affecting our hormones. So there's this cortisol loop. But here's another one that I discovered about myself. I learned that I also have trouble releasing weight when I'm really, really happy and joyful. Anytime I'm at a new level of joy, new level of receiving, new level of abundance in my life, I hold on to weight because it's not just stress that has us holding on to weight, it's also joy. Why? Because joy is a very vulnerable state. And when we're expanding into a new level of holding abundance, love, romance, all the things like a new level beyond our current container, beyond our energetic set point, that also can create a slowdown in the spiritual metabolism. So this was such a huge realization for me. And so I've made these shifts in my own life. And the interesting thing is that in my work, when I have clients come and I have, let's say I have a 6 week container or a 8 week container or a 12 week container or a year-long container like Kainat, you'll see people start reverse aging, right? So we've known this in my work that when we start releasing stuck emotions and trauma and all the things in our body, like I've had experiences, I'm so embarrassed to share this. I've had experiences with clients where we're in like a long-term container on Zoom in a group setting. And let's say that I see the client 2 weeks ago and the client came back on Zoom and I don't recognize them. And I'm like freaking out on Zoom because I'm like, did someone else get the link? Like, who is this person? And then the client is asking me a question. And then I'm like, oh my God, that's her. But I can't recognize her because in the few weeks that she's been in the portal, she started reverse aging. So we know that when our spiritual metabolism is geared up, like not only are we metabolizing food differently, but we're metabolizing our emotions and like life differently, right? Like we've known this. And so there's a next layer that I think God put me through this after I moved into this house and the psychic abilities started coming in louder, where I'm like, oh my God, I've never spoken to them about the visibility wound. I've never spoken about how psychic weight. And now you might be thinking, well, Mina, I'm not on social media. But here's the thing, babe. We all have the visibility wound. Us playing small because we think that our sister is going to get triggered. Us playing small because we've triggered other women when we're happy or we're like wearing clothes that we love to wear or wear in our dream body. That is also psychic weight. That's also the visibility wound. And so, who we're being when we are eating contributes so much to whether we are going to metabolize this weight or not. Let me see what you guys are saying. Reminds me of that happy weight during early honeymoon phase of most marriages. Yes, yes. That's again, that's psychic weight. That was happening for me very often. When I'm so happy, I eat more and I didn't know why is that. Wow. Yes, I actually, you guys know that my husband does these really amazing cleanses. So I actually had my husband do a cleanse earlier this year on me to figure out why am I like gaining weight even though I'm like the happiest I've ever been, the most abundant. And what uncovered in that cleanse, like I remember just like crying my eyes out, is that when I was a child and when things were good in my home, weren't in scarcity. We weren't on food stamps. There was food available. My parents were available. They would cook a lot of food. They were up like we had them at home. There was presence. There was abundance of food. And to celebrate my parents being there and cooking for me, I would eat. I would eat so much. And because first of all, I didn't know if food was always available. And secondly, I wanted my mom and dad to see that look how happy I am. And look, I love it when you cook all this amazing food and I'm going to eat so much. And so when that new level was unlocked in my family now, like let's say our net worth jumps up, or I get even more soul aligned clients, or more passive sales are coming in than ever before, or I'm enjoying a new level of my work, the weight would start creeping in because to my psyche, happiness and joy equals eat more and gain weight. And so it's so interesting how these things get coded inside of us. So my husband was able to help me clear that up. And again, gearing up that spiritual metabolism. We're going to talk about why this is really important for any area of your life. If you're attracting your soulmate, if you're building your business, if you just want to feel light in your energy, if you want to have a high vibration, like all of these reasons require us to do this level of like the psychic work, the next level of activation. So, who's ready for secret number two? I lose weight and accidentally have beautiful shape when doing belly dancing with no intention. I love that, Riza. I'm so glad that you found something that puts you in that ease and flow. Currently learning to hold both in a healthy way, physical and spiritual. Yes, amazing, Andrea. I love that for you. Thank you, Yellow. Okay, secret number two. Secret number two is that our beliefs impact our hormones which control weight gain or weight release. Before I actually get into this, I must say, please don't use weight loss when you're thinking of releasing weight. And the reason for this is that there's conscious communication, and then there's sublime subconscious communication. And anytime we think of the word loss, we think of the word, immediately our consciousness goes find. Loss, find. And so when we are trying to lose weight, we're also finding weight. We're also trying to get it back. And this is why we get stuck in a loop of losing weight, finding it back, losing weight, found it again, lost the weight, got it back, because our psyche doesn't like loss. We don't really like, even though releasing weight is a good thing if you don't want to carry that weight, you don't want to think about it as loss because of how it's subconsciously programmed for all human beings. Okay. So we're going to use release, lovingly release, let it go. So I believe that the whole thing with women in menopause, our hormones change, we add weight. I'm going to say it. I love you so much. All of my doctor clients, it's a myth. The reason it's a myth, it's very much true in reality, but it's not because of what you think. Because as we get older, especially as women, our psychic abilities tenfold. We're now going into our crone era. More of our intuition, our spiritual psychic gifts are coming in. So the visibility wound is also coming in, which then manipulates our hormones into keeping weight. And so, of course, doctors, and thank God for them, they're designed to look at the existing manifestation of something. But as a spiritual mentor and a spiritual teacher, my gifts, my superpower is to look at the source codes of the thing because of the way that the human body is tethered to the human soul. And so menopause or premenopause weight gain, it's not a medical problem. It's a spiritual alchemy. It's a spiritual transmutation. And those of us that can heal our sisterhood wound, healed our visibility wound, and really start owning and aligning with our psychic spiritual gifts, we're not going to have the weight gain. Because by the time it manifests as a hormonal imbalance, it already started spiritually. Okay. And so I'm going to show it to you. I've been on YouTube for 15 years. I'm going to continue to be on YouTube and on social media. As you guys know, I'm 5 years away from hitting 50, which is as a 4-6 projector. That's when I really step into my role model. Everything else is just practicing for that. And so I'm going to show you how we are actually supposed to age and supposed to transmute our body and alchemize our body when our spiritual alignment is tethered to the human plane, and like our spiritual metabolism is in gear. Don't forget that you are spiritual technology in a human body. You are spiritual technology in a human body. And as that veil thins, as you get more and more spiritually mature, as you get older, if you're not working with both the soul and the human body, that's when it's going to manifest as disease, as holding on to unnecessary weight, as like psychic protection. Okay. So, we want to focus on our spiritual metabolism. What is the spiritual metabolism? It's how energy moves through your body and manifests as life force, radiance, and nur. Nur is a Arabic word which means divine light, and in Islam, it's one of the 99 names of God. This is a very important word for me. It's been an important word for my journey since I was a little girl. I would have spiritually in tune people tell me that you have a lot of nur on your face. Like you have a lot of nur, especially like as I got older too, I got being told this even more. You have so much nur. And so I started really studying what does nur mean and how does one activate nur? It's divine light. It's the glow from within. It's when your celestial beauty is shining through your human body. Okay, so here is secret number 3. Let me see what you guys are saying. I was just thinking about all of this today, and this video is the answer for me. Beautiful, Maita. I'm so happy that this resonated with you. Okay, here is secret number 3. Celestial beauty and Noor isn't just about vanity. Now, vanity is also important. We want to physically look good. We're women. The divine feminine is all about enhancing our radiance. But here's the thing. It's Noor is even more about our God spark. It's about our psychic gifts. It's about our ability to attract and hold love, attract and hold abundance, and be a magnet for our celestial codes, for our divine downloads, for our barakat, right? Barakat is the currency of the angels. It's when God is cutting your paycheck. It's when your wealth and your abundance is more than what can be humanly explained. Like just in the last week that I was on this trip, I wasn't launching anything. I wasn't sending any emails. I wasn't even posting on social media. And the how much sales came in and how much my net worth went up and how many of my celebrity clients send me more celebrity clients, like it cannot even be humanly explained because it's beyond linear. It's non-linear wealth. And that happens when we have celestial beauty, which is Noor, because that sends out a different signal, a different electromagnetic field that's radiating from you out into the into the universe, into the God field, into the 99 realm, than just your physical body. It's what's really interesting is on this trip, I didn't even put any like makeup on, any foundation on. Like I was just putting lip gloss on and like some sparkly eyeshadow. Like no, like it wasn't needed. It was the inner Noor that was shining through, even though I'm like at an all-inclusive resort eating ice cream and all the things, right? And so that part of you that's connected to the human part that's connected to the soul, when that is magnetically alive, your ability to call in the right opportunities, the right love, the right friendships, the right wealth, all of it goes beyond what is explainable on a human plane. I just love how you explained that, Mina. So eloquent and true. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's so funny because people always telling me you're glowing, and it's just because I'm running energy through my body all day. Beautiful, Andrea. And so imagine waking up and feeling in every sense of the word ease in your body, lightness in your body, right? You're feeling noor and light in your body, in your mind, in your energy, in your emotions. Imagine food being sacred and pleasurable again without like the guilt and the shame attached to, oh my God, I'm having a cheap meal or I'm eating this, or who are you being when you are eating that? Who are you being? Is your Noor activated? And the interesting thing is that all of these things that the mystics and the sages have been talking about thousands of years, now we can scientifically quantify it and see it, right? So our gut microbiome reveals the communication that's happening between your gut brain and your brain, right? Your mind brain. But here's the thing, what if that is actually the new Norcos, the light body, the activation where you're in the 99 realm? It's not the cause of it, it's just revealing what's already happened. What's already began spiritually is happening. It's now we can measure it. Now we can gut test it. Now we can see who we're actually being in this human plane. And with that, I want to introduce my latest portal that I've just created and launched an hour ago, and we have over 200 people at the time that I checked already in it, and it's called Light Body, the Newer Pathways. So this is my latest course that begins on November 3rd. And what this course is all about is the energetic transmutation of density. It's about remembering that we are spiritual technology in a human body. We are spiritual DNA and consciousness encoded in animal DNA. You're going to learn about spiritual metabolism and spiritual intelligence so you can release stored weight, dissolve density, and awaken radiant, effortless lightness in your emotions, in your form. Like another thing I've seen is that I'm massively recomping. So my like where I want the weight to go, it's going. And where I want like more of a lightness, the lightness is there. So that's another thing that you spiritually control. And so this course is going to be a combination of, I'm going to drop the pre-work next week. We start live on November 3rd. This is the first cohort that I'm doing of this, and that's why don't let the low price shock you or think that, oh my goodness, why did my recording stop? Okay, my computer ran out of space. I'm just gonna record this on the cloud. Okay. This should not affect YouTube. That's just for my podcast. So, um, don't let the low price give you the illusion that this isn't a like a high touch, close proximity that container, because this is the first cohort where it's my first beauty course, it's my first weight loss course, it's my or weight release course, it's my first newer course. This is something we've been talking about for a year. I know some of you guys were waiting for this. I just knew I wasn't ready at that time. Like I'm very intuitive and I always follow my like celestial codes. And I, even though I started talking about releasing this about a year and a half ago, I wasn't ready. I knew that I had to wait. And now I'm so excited to be launching this when the codes are there, when the downloads are there. Now, this is a pre-order for the next 24 hours with the early bird pricing, and therefore I don't have all the details on the sales page. So I don't know have all the timings yet. I don't know how many lessons it's going to be because honestly, I don't want to limit us. I don't want to limit my channel. I don't want to limit my transmission. I'll put everything, nothing more and nothing less of what's needed. And I will keep coaching you and transmitting in there and giving the codes until I feel spiritually satisfied that I've given everything that it needs. So I'm not sure. You guys know I always deliver, over deliver. And so I don't really have those details yet. They will be coming as more of the downloads come in, but this is as how I roll when God says it's time now. I launch it now. This is included for those of you guys that are in Gynot's Celestial Prosperity on my 1 year mentorship container. It's included for you. If you are grandmothered into the university bundle, is included for you. If you have the All the Things bundle, which by the way, it's going to be phasing out next month, which is like my entire curriculum portal. It's included for you, and you can currently purchase it for $18.88 for the next 24 hour, after which the price will be $22.22, so $2,222. Like I said, don't let the low price hold you back. This is meant to be launched at least 10K because of the way that I've set this container up. There is a VIP tier. You can email my team at support@theuniverseguru.com if you are interested in the VIP tier. The VIP tier includes this course plus private sessions with me. If you feel like there's something more coming through for you psychically or weight wise or health wise, I would love to have you privately as well. So the private tier is 8,888. All you have to do for that is email my team and they'll send you your link. But the light body is available through just the link that I posted. Questions coming up for you. I really can't believe you're talking about this because my body has already been doing. I finally moved to Florida and my body has been recalibrating to this frequency. Andrea, it seems that this move has been really lucky for you. It's been a blessed move, and I can really relate to this. Houston was like that for me. I never really resonated with where I was born and raised. And once I moved to Houston, it was like, yes, I did get diagnosed with RA, but that was necessary because I had so many questions of why I had all these symptoms. And that was like such a big start of my healing journey. And so I'm so happy that you are resonating with where you're living. Frequency of places also do matter. They really, really matter. I was just telling myself today how I want to know who I am when I am in easy light because I started slowly to feel that way. My heart is shining. Oh, I love that. I can just feel that frequency coming from you. I love it. Hi, Mina. Love your explanation. Will this be beneficial for me as a 20-year-old turning 21 this December? So, 1000%, Alina. Here's why. I'm making sure I'm reading your name correctly. Yes, Alina. The next generation, right? So you are my son's age. So Armand also turns 21 this month. And the next generation, their bodies are so much more already spiritually coded. There's less density. They're just, oh my God, like the next generation, they are so spiritually alive. They remember their spiritual technology much more than my generation. My generation has had to do a lot more healing work around the visibility wound, around owning our intuition, around owning our visibility and psychic gifts and all the things. You already know the whale is like thinner for you guys. So here's what I want you to know. Light body, I don't know what to call this. I can't call it a weight loss course. I can't call it a beauty course, even though you are going to release weight, even though your beauty is going to 10x. Here's why. It's actually a transmission using light language. And the beautiful thing about light language is that you will hear exactly what your soul needs to hear. So 1,000 people can take this course and all 1,000 of them will receive the codes exactly that they needed at that time because it's not information. It's a light transmission. And whether you're 21 or 65 or 80, you're going to receive exactly the codes that your soul needs to remember who it is and activate whatever healing, whatever activation, whatever next level you need to embody so that you remember who you actually are in this human experience. Mina, do you talk about topic of spiritual energetic weight in alchemy and ascension? Alchemy and ascension is all about the hunter-gatherer in us and the gathering behaviors of women. And so that is more of a human plane transmission, which is also important. But light body is more of the spiritual transmission. Together, they would be fire. If you already have that and you want to add this on, here's the thing. Those of you guys that are considering my Divine Noor mini mind, which is about opening up your psychic gifts and your God spark, if you purchase Light Body, you can use this credit to roll over into that. And the reason for that is because I almost feel like this is part one, and then that's part two. That's for the people that want to also speak in light codes and transmit their psychic gifts as like their sacred work. And so that's going to be part two. And I can drop the link for that one too if you just want to compare the two. And those of you guys that already purchased the newer mini mind, this is going to be included in that. There's the Divine Newer mini mind. Let's see. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Mina, you are wonderfully in touch with your feminine energy. Thank you, gorgeous. Since you brought that up, let's talk about this. I have been in this portal of channeling the next transmission of my work. As you guys know, I've been kind of like dancing around and teasing you guys on Instagram about the next era, right? And the next code that came in, some of my private clients didn't love it, but I'm going to share it with you because it is the truth of what it is. And I know that change can be scary for people, but let me share it. What came through is that the next era is the level after feminine and masculine energetics. And I have some private clients that were like, no, I don't want you to stop talking about feminine and masculine energy. And here's the thing. The same thing happened when I stopped doing Louis Vuitton reviews and started talking about my healing journey, right? My RA journey. The same thing happened when I stopped talking about that and started talking about my spirituality and inner work and then masculine and feminine energetic. So the truth is that I am a projector. I'm a spiritual guide. The purpose of my life is to transmute light codes to help guide humanity. And so the next levels will always keep dropping in. And I know there's always this like process that people that follow me have to go through because they're like, no, I always want you to talk about that. The truth is, I integrate everything. I still carry Louis Vuitton bags. Okay, I'm still aware of everything I learned and practiced through my RA era. It's not that it goes away, it's not that we condemn that. It's that we integrate it, but we must move. It's just like telling me, Mina, you're not allowed to graduate from high school to college, right? Like, no, we must. We must. I know that there is a grief process. And so what's been revealed to me in my channelings is that God is asking me to unlock the next level, which is we move away from feminine and masculine energetics, not because it's wrong or bad, because we've integrated it. And now we move into divine energetics and source codes and high end divinity work. And even my next book, like Lady Balls, was like masculine, feminine energetics. Like it's been captured in that. It's forever available. I've got 200 courses talking about feminine and masculine energetics in literally every area of your life. But we need the next transmission. We need the next evolution. And so my next evolution is all about channeling God and really going into those spiritual channelings and transmissions and light language in the highest way. And the next book, it's dancing around my field. It's called The 99 Realm. And so we must learn, we must go into that to channel that book. So that's what's coming through. Andrea said, I couldn't have held this frequency without your work. Thank you. I finally made it. I love that, Andrea. See what's happening in our field now is people are they're stopping, they're healing, and now living as a healed, whole version of themselves. That doesn't mean there isn't growth in the spiritual path, but they're not functioning as broken anymore. And so we must evolve the conversation. Uh, love this. So crazy you're doing this topic. I just started to lock in with my new health routine, and the progress has been coming so fast. Amazing, Maya. That makes me so happy. I'm celebrating you. Feminine Rose said, Hi Mina, I'm between flights, just dropping in to say hi. Can't wait to catch the replay. Amazing. Have a safe flight. What do you think about physical activity? Is it related for releasing weight to be more active? Okay, so let's talk about this. Who are you being when you're doing the physical activity? So, for example, let's say there's two timeline versions of me. Okay, so there's two versions of me. We split up into two timelines. Version one of me looks in the mirror and says, Oh my God, you're so fat and you're so bloated. Why did you eat all that stuff on that vacation? You're gross. You need to go work out. And I go work out from a place of punishment, from a place of you had your fun and now you got to pay your dues. The second version of me, version B, comes home from the same trip, ate the same foods, and says, okay, I'm feeling so good. I got to move this body that I love, and I'm going to go in the gym and I'm gonna play some fun music and I'm gonna dance as I lift. That's literally what I did. I came back, we got back on Monday. Tuesday morning, I went into the gym. I played some music and I combined my meditation, my feminine dance rituals, which I taught you guys, and we're going to be doing that together in Light Body. It's also in Inner Alchemy for you guys that have that. And with weightlifting. So the way I do it is meditation, dance, weight lift. Meditation, dance, weight lift. Meditation, dance, weight lift. So there's movement in my body, there's stretching, there's dancing, and I'm going to be teaching you all of this. We're going to be discussing this. Who do you think is going to have better results in the gym? Both versions of me worked out. Version A went in from punishment consciousness. How do you think that that version is going to want to release the weight easily? Do you think that version really gave it its all when it was being punished? Versus version B, which is the timeline that actually played out, I had fun. I feel more toned than ever. I feel my body recomping in ways where I'm like, who is this sexy bitch turning 45 next month? Like, what? Like, that's how you turn 45? Like, yes, bring it on. So that's the difference. It's not, are you working out or you're not working out? Who are you being? I know people that don't work out that have a sexy body, and I know people that work out that don't have a sexy body. They don't feel sexy. And so it's not about what you're doing, it's who you're being when you're doing said thing. I'm always ready for your next level. It automatically meta updates me to my next level. Yes, that's what we're talking about. And I feel like naturally what happens with every next level that I have is you guys start having the same downloads. We get it collectively. And you, this is why Andrea's like, oh my God, I was thinking about this. Oh my God, I was experiencing this. Because I'm not the only one that gets the download. We all get the download. What is the most important question we all have to ask ourselves? Um, the most important question that I ask myself is for what purpose? For what purpose? When I work out, I'm channeling Lady Luck energy. I love that. Now, that is a workout I want to be a part of. Now, that is who you're being. Kirsten said, I'm always in support of your quantum leaps and teachings, Mina. I'm excited. Amazing, Kirsten. Yes, we're moving away from feminine and masculine energetics, which again, the way I've taught it, it is the divine energetics, but a lot of people receive it because they're not in their divinity yet. They're in their human. They receive it as gender, right? Which, yeah, we're channeling it through gender a lot of times, but there's also more. There's also a bigger conversation that's always happening. This is so illuminating for me. Amazing. Amazing, amazing. Yes, that's me. All I want to do. Great. I'm excited for a new era. I love growth and new stuff. Yes. Yeah, this is what happens when both energies are braided. 1000%. Yes, I like that who you are being, it can be spilled to everything for sure. And that's why this course is light language. I didn't try too hard to explain it even on the sales page because I'm like, the people that need the transmission, their soul will lead them there. Because here's the thing, your soul is transmitted through this human body, but it's always there. How much you're letting it come through is up to the human body, but it's always there. And so it will lead you to light body, the newer pathways, depending on exactly what you need to hear. You are a beautiful role model for me, Mina. I feel so privileged to have had you in my life. Oh, that means so much to me. You're going to make me cry. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Do you have any important health advice as I step into my 20s? Yes. Remember that you are a spiritual technology in a human body. Go to the spirit first, and you will always feel aligned. You will forget. I will forget. We all will forget. That's just the human experience. It's the human game that we've all decided to play. We will forget, but we can always remember also. I just told my partner that you are my channel through which source communicates with me. Oh, you guys are gonna make me cry. I love you so much. Thank you. I missed you guys. It feels like forever. Like I swear every day for me feels like a decade. And so if I don't see you for a week, it feels like I didn't see you for a lifetime. Mina, my brain is exploding with downloads. I can't right now. Yes, light language. You are really activating yours, Andrea. Florida has been lucky for you. I'm so glad that you made this move. Amazing. I missed you guys. Yes, and I'm excited to be spending this time with you. There's so much more coming, more transmissions. I also launched a Urdu channel. I'm not going to link it for you guys yet because I don't want English speaking people going there that don't speak Urdu because of the way the algorithm works. I want it to know who to profile, but that's been a huge code for me too, to going back to my mother tongue in which I feel my most confident self speaking. Launching that channel helped me become more confident in speaking English, which is it's funny how God always sends us codes and downloads that we don't always understand, but when we follow them, everything just falls into place. If there's one thing I've always done, is follow my intuition, and it has always served me right. When I work out, yoga or walking, I think about how strong my body is and thank God this body He gives me. I think about how beautiful nature is. I'm grateful for the breath in my body. I love that. That is so beautiful. That is religion. That is divinity. I know a lot of people have made religion so hard and so complicated. That is you living religion. That's you having a relationship with God. Wow, and I'm using my Spanish more now too because everyone here speaks Spanish only. Beautiful. Do you know that being bilingual actually it multiplies the codes that you're able to receive and communicate in, and your knowledge and wisdom in ways that science understands, but not even quite. Like they talk about like how it opens up your brain, and going back to my mother tongue and actually getting comfortable in speaking on that on camera has made me more comfortable in my identity, in my body, and even in my English. I was worried. I was like, God, are you sure? Because what if I speak in my native tongue on the other channel and then suddenly I have trouble speaking in English because English is not my first language? No, I feel more confident, more lit up. Agreed. I feel God. I don't have negative feelings about how tired I am or that I don't want to work out. Amazing, Mina. So excited for your Urdu channel. I'm from India, so I speak Hindi, which is much similar to Urdu. Yes. And here's the thing. Was raised on Bollywood, so my Urdu is a mix between Hindi and Urdu anyways. So just give you context, if I watch Hindi news, I cannot understand it. If I watch Urdu news, I cannot understand most of it because what I speak is like a divine combination of like spoken Hindi and Urdu. So I'm not on either extremes, is what I'm trying to say. I also feel most feminine speaking Turkish. Oh my God, I love Turkish and I love Turkey. We're going back to Turkey on our way to Dubai. I'm having another in-person event in April in Dubai. In January, I'm having my annual New Year's intensive in Houston. And so I will be in your beautiful country in April. This is also helping me for my visibility to just speak what is on my heart and soul. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Following my intuition is the greatest lesson I have learned from you. I am grateful to step into my 50s with you as my guide. Dania, and this is truly crown to crown because I am grateful to step into my 50s having you as my guide because you've done it before me. This is really why I believe in crown to crown consciousness is that we're all always learning from each other. Like I had a coaching session with a client yesterday, and at the end of the session, she was like just pouring all this love and appreciation. And I was like, I want to do the same because coaching you also helped me. Coaching you made me better. Coaching you help me download greater gifts and assets and psychic abilities. So I love that. Thank you, Danya. I love you, Mina. You're my virtual mom role model. Oh, you guys. I'm telling you, since my psychic gifts have been coming in stronger, I'm also activating this next level of praise. Of course, I'm so grateful that so many human beings on this planet shower me with so much love and praise and blessings and prayers. And it's also seemed to 10x in the last few weeks. And I'm just like, whew, that's a next level of receiving for me as well. And thank you so much. I received that. Thank you. Thank you. Seems like I needed to hear this as my appointment got canceled and I opened YouTube after a half-year pause. Thank you. Wow. You needed to be here. You needed to be here. This type of work just lights me up. It's so nourishing to my soul. I'm so excited for this. Tiff, I love you so much. Yes. It's because it's not really information, it's remembering. It's remembering the codes that we always were supposed to know, but we've forgotten. I love being bilingual. Spanish is my first language. Beautiful. My son, Ayan, is learning Spanish right now, so we're having a lot of fun learning from him and through him. Mina, I understand it. Can we get the name of the other channel? Okay, I will give it to you guys. My only request is that if you are not fluent in Urdu and English, or you do not watch both like Urdu and English content, don't click on it because it throws off the algorithm. It confuses them. The way the YouTube algorithm is now, it profiles people in this most beautiful way. And how do I get the link to this channel? I have it right here. It's called Mina Irfan in Urdu, but let me get the link for you. Please only click on it if you're actually a Urdu or a Hindi speaker. If you watch Pakistani dramas, then it's fine because it still coded you as someone that would understand. There it is. Thank you for this recalibration, Mina. You're so welcome. Yes, my Indian clients, Urdu clients, even some of my Persian clients say they understand. Of course, there are subtitles. Of course, it's going to be subdubbed eventually. YouTube is sending out all of that. But right now, only Urdu and Hindi speaking people, please click on it. Just so it doesn't throw off the algorithm. Amazing. Yeah, that's such a next level owning of my identity as well, like speaking in my mother tongue. I won't click it, but would love it so much to see you in the most natural state. Um, what will happen is that it will try, if non-Urdu or Hindi speaking people click on it, it will think that you are a good match for that channel and profile other people according to that, and then the channel will tank. That's what happens with profiling the wrong people. I wasn't even supposed to announce it until like later or maybe ever and just let people find it, but it's okay. It came up. I felt inspired to share it. I'm gonna trust God and that it's gonna be okay. Thanks for being so generous and sharing your wisdom. You're so welcome, Heart. Mina, I can't wait for this course and content. To the divine more. My soul has been asking for this. Ah, Muse, yes. I think God has really been, my spirit especially, it's been like, come on, go unlock more of the spiritual gifts. And I think my visibility wound showed up. And the more that my psychic gifts were coming in, my God spark literally went like from, I think, 6% to like 11 and a half, like it doubled. And I started holding on to weight instead of like channeling more. And now that I'm channeling more, I know that we're all going to be awakened by. I know that my consciousness, my downloads, my body, my relationship, my wealth, like everything is expanding accordingly. Thank you, Christian. I appreciate that. I'm Bengali and I can understand I grew up on Bollywood. So Salma, perfect. So if you already watch content, so the right audience for that channel is people who speak English and understand Urdu and Hindi. So yes, that would be perfect. Because if your feed already has bilingual content for Urdu and Hindi and English, that's the right profile. I actually, Nita, I made an announcement when my psychic gifts and God spark came in. God told me to pause that and go into channeling. So I made an announcement. If you go into the community tab, you'll see it there. I made it about 2 weeks ago. The purpose of that was to help me see that my psychic gifts are coming in and I'm not using them. And so now I'm doing this psychic work. Mina, thank you for your dedication to helping women get better, be better. We love you. Thank you, Mari. Thank you for this, Mina. God has been sending me this message for the past week, and you talking about this just put a bigger spotlight on it. I'm telling you, we all downloaded at the same time. Do you see that? That's why it just shows me that my community is so in resonance and I've attracted the right people because I'm the projector for the right soul family. And we all seem to get the message at the same time. I'm just communicating it and channeling it so that you feel more confident in moving through those decisions and you have that guide. Yeah. Mina, your soul resonates with beauty and love. Oh, I love you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Let's wrap this up with a little meditation. So if you want to drop in, close your eyes, and I want you to just gently, without forcing or changing anything, become aware of your breath. And I want you to gently scan your body and allow your body to drop into deep relaxation. Closing any unnecessary windows in your consciousness. Becoming aware of your feet and where they meet the floor or the bed or the chair. Relaxing, softening any areas of tightness, anything that needs your attention, anything that's trying to send you a message. Adding a little bit of movement to help you relax and soften your body. Noticing the sensations in your room, any textures, temperature. Noticing the parts of your body that do feel relaxed and soft. Adding an element of touch, touching your face, seeing how that feels, touching your body, your arms. Adding a little bit of pressure, seeing how that feels. Adding some movement to your neck, some rotations to your hip, softening and deepening into relaxation. Let's add some sound. See how that feels. letting go of what's not ours, releasing it with love, returning it back to sender. Invoking our inner smile, smiling not only with our face, smiling with ourselves. Even our toes are smiling. Even our fingers are smiling. Letting your whole body smile. Sending that love and that smile energy out to the universe, to your entire home, your community, to the entire kainat and the 99 realm. Receiving the smile back from the universe. The whole world is smiling back at you. Receiving, opening, surrendering. And always remembering that we are spiritual technology in a human body. And whenever you're ready, you can start slowly opening your eyes and bringing your consciousness back into the room. Noticing any colors and textures around you to anchor yourself back in. Noticing your favorite items in the room. Touching something. Holding something, coming back. I journaled about this 2 days ago, and here is my answer. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That we're collectively unified in the same resonance field. How did that feel for you? Let me know in the chat. This dress is gorgeous. Where to buy? Okay, let me see if I can find the link for you. I love this dress. I took it on vacation too. Here it is. Okay, I'm gonna throw it in the chat. Mina's green dress. I'll have Ayan add it to our LTK store as well. I just realized, I'm so sorry. It's sold out. But you know what I would do is put your email and do the notify me because they do notify you when it comes back in. Or maybe you can find it somewhere else. I feel lightweight. Yes, light body activated. Yes, this is how we get to feel. The meditation has calmed me and lightened my mental load. I love that, Danya. Yes. Closing out those unnecessary windows always. Yes. What is this new feature in the live stream? Members only live stream. Start a poll, start a Q&A. YouTube is adding so many new features. All right, babes, I'm gonna let you guys go. I'll see you guys in Light Body, the newer pathways. I have to get back to my Telegram day inside of Kainat, Celestial Prosperity. Kainat also had a new name upgrade. It used to be called Kainat Success Academy, and I had this huge awakening, next level codes, and the universe was like, okay, we're changing it to Kaina, celestial prosperity. And so I have a Telegram day going on in there. So let me get back to that. I love you so much. Let me know if you are watching in the replay, and I will see you guys in Light Body. The early bird ends tomorrow when the timer goes out, and you can still sign up after that, but the early bird pricing will be gone. All right, loves. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.